Hello, welcome to math. So for today in math, what we will do is we will create a 4-square model to represent the math vocabulary. And how are we going to do that? We will draw and write all 4 vocabulary words. This is important so we understand how to talk about comparing numbers. So we are going to learn 4 new vocabulary words today. But first, let's go ahead and review the vocabulary words we've already learned. We're going to go ahead and start off with this one, which is wands. So wands are the smallest 10 blocks we have. So they're the smallest blocks we have. So in the number 47, there are 7 wands right here. The second number is 7, so there's 7 wands. Base 10 blocks. So we have 3 different kinds of blocks. We have this little one, which is a 1, this long one, which is the tens, and this square one, which is the hundreds. So we have a 1, tens, and hundreds. This helps us compose and decompose different numbers. Next we have tens. So tens, we're going to look at the first number right here, 47. So 47 has 4 tens. So it has 4 tens. Standard form. Standard form is what we usually see. So this one says 247. So this digit form, this number in digit form is the standard form. Expanded form. Expanded form is when we take apart a number. So in this expanded form, 247, we break it apart. So we have 200, 2 hundreds blocks, 40, so 4 tens, and 7 ones. So we broke the number apart. That's expanded form. Taking it apart. Then place value. Place value is the worth of our number. So right here we have 47. So we have 4 tens and 7 ones. So we're also kind of taking it apart, but it's more so we can see the value of the number. So place value is so we can see the value of the number. Our new vocabulary words are these: represent, greater than, less than, and equal to. Let's go ahead and review those right now. Let's go ahead and start off with greater than. Greater than. So greater than is represented with which one has more. So in this picture, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 apples and 1, 2, 3 oranges. So which one has more? Apples? Do we have more apples or oranges? Apples, right? We have more apples. So the number of apples is greater than the number of oranges. Greater than means more. So we have more apples than oranges. The number of apples is greater than oranges. And this is the symbol for greater than. Right here. Greater than. Next we have less than. So less than. We only have 2 apples in this picture and 5 oranges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which fruit do we have less of? The apples, correct? So that's why it's circled. So the number of apples is less than the number of oranges. So we have less apples than oranges. So that means less than. So again, the number of apples is less than oranges. Oops, just because we have fewer apples. And this is the sign for less than. Right up here. Next we have equal to. Equal to means that both have the same amount. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 apples and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oranges. So we have the same amount of apples and oranges, 5 and 5. So the amount of apples is equal to the amount of orange, which means the amount of apples is the same as the amount of oranges, equal to or the same. And this is the symbol for equal to, the equal sign. Like this. Last new vocabulary word that we have is represent. So representing, we are using these signs. We're using the greater than, less than, and equal to sign. So right here you can say that the number of apples is greater than the number of lemons. The number of apples is less than the number of lemons. The number of apples is equal to the number of lemons in this picture. So we can just see the greater than, less than, and equal to symbol. That is how we are able to represent. Before we start our activity for today, I want to go ahead and review our anchor chart. Right here I have the anchor chart that y'all have already seen before. What we're going to do is we're going to go over the 4 different squares. So we have standard form. So the standard form is the digit form. So right here we have the number 17. So it's written in its digit form, so that is the standard form. Then we have place value chart. So remember, the place value chart gives us the value, the worth of the number. So right here, there's 110 and the number 17, and there's 7 ones. There's 110 and 7 ones. So that's why we put 1 here and 7 here. The pictorial model, pictorial. So we have a tens block since we have 110. So right here we look at the number and it's 1, so it's 1 10 block. And then how many ones do we have? 7. So you could either look here on the standard form, or you can look at the place value chart and it says we have 7 ones. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right here we're able to make 110, which you can draw a line. We have our 110 block, the 10 long, and then we have our ones. So we have 7 ones. So that's why there's 7 dots here. Then for our expanded form, we are taking apart the number. So we're taking it apart. So 17, we have 110 and 7 ones. So 10 plus 7 equals 17. So our expanded form is when we take apart the number. Yes? So this is our 4 square anchor chart. Before we start with today's activity, go ahead and get your journal, your pencil, and if you want some crayons, because that is what we're going to be needing for today's activity. So now that you have your journal, your pencil, and some crayons, we're going to go ahead and start off with today's date. So today's date is October 10, 2020. So October 19th, 2020. 10/19/2020. And for today's assignment, you're going to go ahead and draw the 4 new vocabulary words that we learned. So which ones are the 4 new vocabularies we learned? I'm going to put them right here. So we learned greater than, less than, equal to, and represent. These are the 4 new vocabulary words we learned. So what you're going to do is on your paper, you're going to go ahead and divide it into 4 sections. So you're going to make a 4 square with your paper. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. Each square is for a different vocabulary word. Let's go ahead and do one together. I'm going to go ahead and grab greater than. So greater than, let's look at the picture. Greater than, we have the symbol greater than, and then we have the 5 apples and the 3 oranges. So that is what I'm going to draw on my paper. First, we're going to go ahead and write the name. Write the vocabulary word, which is greater than. And I'm also going to write the symbol. So let's write greater than. Like so. And write the symbol. So there we have greater than. Now we're going to draw the picture. So it has 5 apples and 3 oranges. So the picture doesn't have to be perfect. Now I'm just going to draw circles to represent apples and oranges. So if you want to, you can just color them. Again, it does not have to be perfect. I'm just coloring them so I can be able to identify apples and oranges. Then we're talking about greater than. So we have to circle the one with the most, which is the apples. So I drew my vocabulary word, greater than, in my first box. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw the 3 other vocabulary words that we learned, the 3 new ones. So we learned 4. So we already have greater than. We already drew it. So now you need the 3 more. You're going to go ahead and write the name just like I did, and if it has a symbol, draw the picture. And you're going to do that, and once you're done, you're going to go ahead and take a picture and upload it to Google Classroom for your teacher. Okay? I will see y'all next time.